Welcome back. I hope you guys are doing good. Just wanted to share something with you. Especially if you're in my GMB. I'm sure you're going through some things. And I found something that helped me when my journey first started. Something that carries me even today.
When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave them if they were not yours. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. Here is a rule to remember in future when anything tempts you to feel bitter. Not, this is misfortune, but to bear this worthily is good fortune. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?
So true. I made this 3 years ago. Not really sure of exactly who it is or whatever, but it's philosophy from the Roman days. I've been on and off listening to things like that for a long time, and it's taken years to get through those things. That's only a little. But that's the point. It's not to master everything. It's to master what you're supposed to. What you're, that's what creates your life. Now, I wanted to make this video because it said, don't accept the things coming at you in your life. What better, Don't always get so upset. Don't overreact. And although the Lord has proven this to me time and time again, although I teach this from experience, mastery is another thing. You could teach something once you get through it, but it doesn't mean you won't experience it again. You won't experience something if you master it, because then you learn how to do it, and you everything links, and then it's automatic. It takes practice. And according to scientists, people by repetition eventually gain mastery. So, that means if the Lord wants you to stop fearing things or let things happen to you because you need to brace yourself and learn from what's happening. Sometimes you think you learned because you learned steps. Then you go through it again and again and again. Eventually, you need to look back and like, whoa, I've been through this, and every time I'm still here. If you do that enough and you pay attention as it's going on, you start to see. Because you get to go back to the event where you panicked, and then he showed himself. So, I'm on my way to court today, and Daddy can't miss work. Although I should have, and just, or at least called out a little earlier, took half a day, said I would leave a half an hour earlier, anything. But I'm so focused on maintaining and building a better relationship with this workplace because now I'm definitely stuck here for another year. Or probably I'm never leaving. Who knows? At this point, I don't care. So as I'm sitting at the bus, well, before I get to the bus stop, I'm literally half a block away or less. The bus stop's right there. It's a red light. There's 2, maybe 3 cars in front of the bus. I run and knock on the window. This guy looks at me and turns right around. Green light starts, he starts driving. He literally stops at the corner and lets people off the bus. I know he was gonna keep going, so right away, I panic and go, oh shit, you're about to be late. Because you forgot to figure out which bus goes down to where you need to go. You forgot because you don't have to do things like this. But I remembered at the very last second of walking around a couple extra blocks I shouldn't have. Thank God for good police officers you can ask information to. Thank you, officer. So as I'm watching this man drive away and me sitting there and the words, if you don't show up to court, you will have a warrant for your arrest, pops up in my brain. Because it's on my court paper. I panic and go, fuck. I don't know when the next bus is coming. Could be a half an hour. It's already 12:20. So, I basically have less than, and you get it? So, being the forgetful soldier and the forgetful person that I am, or like many of us are, because when the things happen, there's always an asshole like that or something for some of us. And you're like, I made it on time. I'm ahead. Just open the door. Wait for me as I'm running towards the corner because you're just let the ladies off. No, speed away anyway. Thank the Lord I work hard at my job every day. And I say good morning to this random woman because she was getting off the bus. And she says to me, Mira, 13 minutes. I look at it and say, what? I didn't even recognize her. Good thing I had my work uniform on. She recognized me. And she said, no worry, bus 13 minutes. So I understood. The next bus is coming in 13 minutes. Then she apologizes for this fucking trash bag. I said, you don't have to apologize for that. I've dealt with enough to understand. I'm always waiting. I'm always waiting. So you can devastate me. And then call my father. I'll never not know to do that. No matter how much I panic, I always call Daddy first. I think that's why he does the things he does for me. Because I won't call a man or a woman. I will, but first I call Daddy. You know? Start calling Daddy. Put bat signal out there and you hope. And then you start doing things, you know? Go 411, look at the papers, see if you can call court and say, I may be late, please let the judge know not to lock me up. You know? There's procedures you can take. See, I didn't know that. But in the panic of everything and not being able to think, I remember my videos of, you know, the hardcore guys I once studied. And now I'm showing their videos and stuff. Or the philosophy. And when you're in panic mode, like the movies, someone's gonna slap you in the face and get you back to shape and like, slow down and think of what you can do. You may not be able to do a lot of things, but you can do something. So, that was the best I could think of. I thought of someone to call, but all you need to do is tell me no once. Doesn't matter the reason why. I'll never trouble you again. Unless I really need it. But, you know, people say no for a reason. No one has to help you. So, I'm panicking. I call, let them know. It's 12:40. I'm really panicking now. I don't even know how far away, you know, it's gonna be. Haven't took a bus down there in a while. So I'm waiting. Do my little please Lord. I do my little prayer. And nothing happens. And then I say, I'm willing to accept whatever's going to happen because you should have just took off a half an hour early. You know assholes exist. You know when you got important things to do, somehow assholes are always around. So you have to take the precautions because that's your life. You know? Eventually, sometimes you think it stops, but we're fucking people allowed to be assholes. It's not against the law. Do you know, as I embrace it and then do some breathing, like I keep telling y'all, when you're in panic attacks, like, you better learn how to do your breathing technique. You better learn how to calm yourself down as best you can. Lord, make sure I ain't have no cigarettes. I'm about to go to court, so I'm not gonna smoke. No weed or nothing. You know what I mean? Gotta have some type of fucking respect. So I'm only down to what I have. Nothing. Techniques. And they worked. Calm down a little bit. Next thing I know, the bus comes. Do you know the Lord sent a bus that meter was broken? And she said, yeah, get on. And I said, okay, here, how much? She said, the meter's broken, don't worry about it. I said, what? Okay, I get on the bus. And I'm thinking, when I get off the bus, I probably got to pay because it's just that you don't pay right now because you're getting on, a lot of people, green light, you might fall, they don't want to get sued, you know? Thought they made it switched it up real quick. I go to get off the bus and have my money out. She's like, no, go. And I go, okay. She gets me there exactly at 1 o'clock. I've already called in. She said, if you're like 10, 20 minutes late, it's all right. They'll still see you. You know, just try to get your ass here. Like, don't, anything more than half an hour, you're pushing the buttons, you know? And I said, I'm going to do what I can. I just wanted to let them know, you know, because I had to work. I'm going to, I could take another court date or whatever. I I'm sure this is what I should do. And she said, yeah, that was smart of you to give us a heads up, just in case you didn't make it, and you know, at least when you walked in here, they can tell you, you know, come back or whatever. But at least you know you show up. And she lets me know that she checks the case or whatever, and she's like, "Nah, don't even worry about it. Even if you was really late and didn't show up today, they would just rearrange your court date or some shit." So, you know, panicking for nothing again. But I end up calming down and being willing to face whatever I made happen. Doesn't matter that I'm in court for a bad situation that's really not my fault, but I take responsibility in actions. But 4 years worth of videos and people keep on trying to get you kicked out or locked up or hurt, yeah, you can kind of say, yeah, people are playing games. Your games won't win. My father only sent you people to train me. You just don't get it. I didn't get it. So that miracle happens again. My father's blessings of, don't worry, I'll make sure you can walk back home or take a bus if you want, because you know you were going to walk back a couple miles. Even though you got money in your pocket, you still was going to walk home just like last time. Because you know it's going to, you might be broke for a while. So every dollar count, every penny counts now. Good thing I've been living like that anyway for a while, so it's not like I'm really going back to, you know. I am gonna go back, but oh yeah, I forgot I got good people now, other good people that when I need little things, I can go to. So the struggle will be hard, but it's only because my father's calling me to learn more discipline. And since I ain't got a trainer, you gotta train yourself. You know, and there's life coaches and shit, and you can go, I don't know, take that way and have an actual trainer. There are trainers out there. I suggest people do that instead of like learning off life, because that means you have to go through it and you have to really pay attention. Some of us, you know, you're too broke to get that. You know, so that's why Wolfguard makes these videos as he elevates and falls back and elevates and fall back. Because I believe in you. I don't need to know you. If you live long enough and see enough people and move around enough, you see a bunch of people that are the same as other people you grew up with or meet or whatever. People keep calling you somebody they know, and you're like, nah, I'm not them. And then you recognize that pattern. There's a lot of people out here that look the same, they even talk the same, they got the same personality almost, but they're different in certain ways. They look a little different in certain ways. But there you are. I met a lot of my girlfriends through other people, a lot of my best friends, a lot of my childhood high school buddies. I've met people, if I could fucking show some of these people, they'd be like, oh my god, it's like my twin. We don't look exactly alike, but if you give a description without a picture and you see the wrong one, you probably think that's him, you know? Or personality wise, in a completely different face. That's always a headbanger. Now, I didn't understand why my father trained me so much with the walking shit and the fucking Mr. Hardcore. I gotta get my figure wet. You know? It's always to keep money in my pocket so I could do other things, you know? Maybe take the bus later to work or if my knees hurt or something, you know? That's how I think. If you can save money, do it. The fuck is walking a couple miles? What are you doing today? You gonna go home fucking jerk off? Go watch a video or something? Walk the fuck home. Breathe. See. Feel. I'm glad my father taught me that. Because as I'm walking and walking, I end up running into my childhood friend. A person that never turned their back. At least I never, caught him. And he's always been a person that every time we always run into each other. But I haven't seen him in years. And when I seen him, it's always the same feeling. It's always the same words. My brother, where the fuck you been at? Stop losing my number. What are you doing? Why do you go on for so long? And I'm like, because I'm going to keep saying it every time we meet up. The Lord called me. I have things to do. I have to take this journey. So as we catch up, and I explain the things that's been going on, it felt good to see somebody there in life that's always still had love for me. A lot of my videos, because I don't know particularly everybody that portrays, and when you're grammar school buddies, when you're actually grammar school buddies, and you went to high school and you grow up together and shit like that, some people just grow apart. He's more successful in life earlier, had a father that kept him in line, taught him to work, that you're always gonna have to work. Give a fuck if I'm your dad, your bitch ass is gonna have to work, nigga. I may die one day. What you gonna do then? So, he was always a good person to be around. I've always told him that. As much as I helped him in high school be around the cool shit and playing my part of being a wolf guard, raising a nigga up, but not like a little kid and nothing, like a friend that got the pull. I know people, so yeah, you're not fucking picking on him. I know you pick on all these other motherfuckers, and you used to pick on him, but he's in my class now. He rolls with me now. Just like you don't pick on me, because I know people and I'm cool with you, he gets a pass, because he's cool. He's not like the rest of them. Well, how do you know? Because I fucking said so. He has a pass. He's with me. And it's great to see years and years and years later, actually seeing this man still successful, seeing this man raising his son, seeing this man maintain, and look back and not be able to say, damn, I wasted my energies and my efforts and all those hours talking all that good shit to him and all that baby mama shit and don't worry, dog, you the strongest of all of us. You always been working. It's supposed to be hard, like your dad said, nigga. Why you think I'm out here fucking put myself through it? I ain't had nobody to get me started early, so I'm going through the fucking OG training, nigga. Put yourself in sudden death. You know? And it was such a good feeling. Really good feeling. So now, in the midst of this new little problem that I hopefully will be getting solved without much complications. There's always complications. But tired of worrying about what's going to happen and proving myself, and hopefully I'll be able to tell my story. Probably end up on some probation or some dumb shit, unless I really could prove my story. But I don't even care anymore. As long as I don't have to sit in jail or some dumb shit, but I doubt it. I've been looking up the law, and usually, it's leaning towards my favor, but you never know, you know. Laws are changing every day. And the tolerance for things are going. This is why I preach. This is why I teach. Control yourself. It only takes that one fucking slip. Now you're set back for years. You gotta take that shit on the chin regardless. Anyway, I just wanted to share that because I wanted to tell the story of the bus, the panicking, and then seeing my friend and that feeling when a person genuinely loves you. They don't say, yeah, what's up, man, I miss you. Yo, I love you, bro. They don't say, what's good, my nigga. They go, my brother. Oh my God, my brother. It's good to see that still. I have that. And I've been taking myself away from it. Can only imagine how many more other people feel like that about me. I've done a lot of good in my life. I know that. I've gave a lot of pep talks and did a lot of sacrificing to make up for what I don't even know, because I don't do shit to these people. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's more makeup for what other people are doing to them. But it's mainly like what I said in my very first or second video, the Gray MGTOW 1 to 100. When I gave that motivational speech, it's unwritten. It's right off the top of my head because it's real. And to press yourself so much to be alone so you can teach yourself to go without, just in case if people aren't going to be there, is a great thing to do. But you can still do that and maintain connections to the people that have been there, that do give good wishes, and me being a loner for so long, I realized I just got used to it. I think it's time to start a new life, a new chapter. It's never too late to change your life. It's not about being the best. It's about enjoying. You don't need $1 million to enjoy food. When you're really, really hungry, everything tastes really good. You get it? All love, all praise to the Most High.